What's going on, my Epictastic Nation? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on Another Simple Favor, or A Simple Favor 2 for short. This stars Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, Michele Morrone, Henry Golding, and Elizabeth Perkins, and this is directed by Paul Feig, and it is the sequel to A Simple Favor. Stephanie Smothers agrees to travel to Italy to be the maid of honor for the devious and cunning Emily Nelson. However, she soon suspects Emily's goodwill is part of an elaborate plan for revenge. I surprisingly really liked the first A Simple Favor movie. I thought it was a nice little simple mystery comedy thriller with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, and it was a step back in the right direction for Paul Feig after Ghostbusters didn't do so hot. So it's been a couple of years since 2018, since A Simple Favor, and I was curious to see what they were going to do with the sequel. And 6 years later, now finally having watched this movie, here's what I will say. I don't think this is as good as the first Simple Favor, but I did enjoy this one enough. And these movies, I know some people don't love them as much as some others, but these are kind of my comfort movies when it comes to mystery films, along with the Hercule Poirot, some of the Hallmark mystery movies when they're done right, or even the Ryan Johnson Knives Out movies. So this does speak to me in some capacity. It's not as good as the first movie though, but I still had a pretty decent time with it, even though I can't really understand why this is not a theatrically released film instead. And easily the best thing about this movie and about this franchise so far is, of course, the lead actress, Anna Kendrick. I know there's another one we haven't talked about yet, but I'll get to her later. But I would say Anna Kendrick, I love her as an actress. I think she's funny. I think she's hilarious. She has great acting range. She's also a very strong singer, an Academy Award nominee, and I think she really does bring in a lot of charm and a lot of effort to the character of Stephanie Smothers. It also helps that Anna Kendrick is insanely attractive still. For someone who's almost 40, she does not look like it. She looks like she's 26. But I would...
Try not to look. Eliza.
Honey, you're giving me goosebumps.
What a wonderful day!
I will say that Anna Kendrick, she does a good job in the role. She's funny. She does play the mystery type character very well. I will say that. But Anna Kendrick's everything she's done, I think she is a very strong actress. And also, she's just doing multiple franchises between this, The Accountant, she did the Pitch Perfect trilogy, and then Trolls with the voice of Poppy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would want to get her as Amy Rose or someone. But she does good in this movie, and she's still fun as well. A lot of the returning actors like Henry Golding and a lot of those other actors do a very strong job in this as well. You also have new actors in here like Elizabeth Perkins from the Flintstones movie, and you know Elizabeth Perkins. She's done a lot of work. What I was surprised by the most is Michele Morrone, because he is pretty much known for 365 Days, which, no, not this guy, not gonna watch those movies. But he was good here. I like this character. He has a little bit of some sinister moments to him, but I will say he does a good job in his role. For a very well shot movie, even for a movie that is on Prime Video, even though you could tell this could be a theatrical release, because the first one was a decent sized hit, so I don't know why this one got put on streaming. I think you could just let that one be out and release in theaters too. The rest of the other actors here, like Elena, Sofia, Ricci, and Alex Newell, Allison Janney, all the cast does fine. You get your little comedy here, which is fun enough, is very funny for the most part, and I laughed a lot with some of the funny jokes here. There are some moments in the humor that doesn't really quite hit for me as much as it should hit for me, but I will say, overall, I think in terms of comedy, it actually does well. And to the point where if they do a third movie of this, which they are saying they will, I would like to see more of this, because I really do like the character of Stephanie Smothers. Anna Kendrick is the reason why I like these movies, and Paul Feig's direction is another reason why I like these movies as much as well. So I definitely really enjoy that part of the movie. It was funny, it got me through for the most part. Cinematography wise, the technical aspects, it's a very well shot movie, while most of it can be on a little bit on the boat. Very colorful, very Hawaiian, very Italian-esque. And so I do like the way this movie is filmed and structured. 2 hours is under 2 hours, so 120 minutes, it goes at a quickly decent pace. I can also say just there is some interesting twists to it here, so I definitely really enjoy those parts of the movie when it comes to some of the twists and turns. Some of them didn't work here, but I thought overall a lot of the humor still very much worked here. The score is still good enough, and I did like the editing choices here. There are some editing choices which I think are a little better than this, but I will say overall I got more than what I bargained out of in terms of it, and it does do its job well. Some of the issues in this movie, there are some actors in here that they do fine for what they're given here in terms of the characters. It's just either not much behind them in terms of character development, or I want a little more out of them, but they do fine here. Some of the comedy here and some of the twists and turns is a little bit too many, but it's not like it's absurd. It's not like other movies with twists and turns where it's like there's too many plot twists and such, so you can't watch them. The ending is kind of abrupt since they are going to be setting up a third movie, which, like I said, I'm all for it. But we have to talk about the obvious issue here, because this is something I hate. I have to bring up, but my channel, my rules, my terms and conditions. Blake Lively.
No. No. No.
You pretentious douchebag!
Hell no.
Stop it!
No, don't like that.
Look, I have no disdain to her as a person, or even as an actress, because as an actress, it's a bit of a mixed bag. She has stuff I like her in, she has stuff I hate her in. Looking at you, Lady Deadpool, even though that was a 3-minute cameo, 3-second cameo, it still counts. We're not going to let that go easily. Wait till I talk about Deadpool 3, because I'm very late to that. Besides the fact that she's very complicated as an actress, and it is still relevant to her in both of these movies. It's just the fact that with the controversy surrounding her between her and another co-star with another movie she did, which is kind of out of control, and along with the very repetition for having a little bit of ego and being very difficult to work with on some stuff like Gossip Girl, I just didn't like her performance here. It's not her. It's maybe it's because I'm looking into that as was watching this movie, but it's just a part of me that I have to be honest about it. I have to say it. I did not like her here, and which kind of sucks because I actually liked her in the first movie. But it's just I have to talk about that as I reviewed this movie, because when you have an actress that has the ego of a freaking asshole, and it reminds you of Amber Heard 2.0, we have to talk about that, and that's unfortunate. So if they do a third movie, at least just recast her part. That's the least you can do. But overall, it's another simple favor. It's not as funny as the first two, and there can be a little bit too much twist and such here, and the mystery may not be as interesting this time around, and I still prefer the first movie, but you know what? I don't get some of the hate towards this. If it isn't your thing, I guess I can understand, but I watch these movies because of Anna Kendrick, because I like mystery films, and if you like the first movie, go into this one knowing there are some issues and you actually enjoy it, and if not, that's okay too. Just be prepared for Blake Lively to show up, or some issues. I'm going to give this one a highly recommended.
Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay Epictastic, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.